Hello and welcome to the next lesson. Today we'll implement product tracking on this sorting line. Okay? So if you want to synchronize with my work, just go to the previous lesson and download the TIA Portal project. If you are ready, let's start. So what are the possibilities to implement product tracking on such a line? Every product is moved on this conveyor with constant velocity. So there are two options to measure the actual distance traveled by the product. We can just simply measure the velocity of the conveyor and make an assumption that the velocity is constant and the time multiplied by the velocity equals the distance traveled by the product, okay? So this is the easiest way and implemented in most of the systems. The second way will be mounting an encoder on the shaft of the conveyor and measure the velocity and the distance very accurately, okay? Okay, so let's go to TI Portal and let's add a new variable, an array, here in DB line. Let's call it product register. This will be an array from 0 to, for example, 100 of type integer. Okay. And now let's add a new organization block, which will be a cyclic interrupt. Here we have to define a cyclic time. Let's set here, for example, 200 milliseconds. And of course, let's select SCL programming language. Perfect. We have our cyclic interrupt here. And let's start coding a shift register. So let's start with if DB line is in start state, let's implement here a for loop with a counter. So we have to define a counter here. I counter start value 100 to end value 1, and very important, by -1. And what we should do, we should move the last so here we have to move all the elements in this array that we have defined back by 1, okay? So we will shift all the table elements back by 1. So let's refer to DB line, a product register, I counter, and let's assign here the same variable with the index of I counter -1, okay? And for the first element with index 0, we'll assign a fresh value from the vision sensor. We have a variable of a double integer vision sensor, and we can just convert this double integer to to integer. We know that variable range will be enough for this signal, so we can convert this variable here. And let's check how our code will work in TIA portal and in factory I/O simulation. Okay. So our code is up and running right now. Perfect. Let's go to DB line. Here we have a product register. Perfect. And let's start our line. The bit line start is in high state. And nothing is showed here. Let's check our line start. Okay, we have to toggle this bit. Okay, and now it is working. So what is the idea of our product register? Look, we have cyclic interrupt of 200 milliseconds. So it means that 5 times for each second, our value from the vision sensor is written into a product register, and all the previous values are moved from the lower indexes to the higher indexes. Okay? So each element in our register represents certain point on our exit conveyor. Point number 0, index number 0, is the exact point, the first point under the vision sensor. After 200 milliseconds, the product is moved left to the exit conveyor, and it is represented in moving its number right here in the shift register. Okay? So you can imagine that every index is certain point on this conveyor. Here we have index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So by this, we can track the position of each product in this shift register, okay? So I will try to present this tracking in such a way. Look, I have aligned our factory I/O conveyor with online monitoring of our product register. And now you can see that the product position is almost equal to our online values in our shift register. For example, we have a blue element with value of 2, and it is moved according to our factory I/O simulation. We have product with value of 9, and it is moved to the end of the conveyor with the tracking in our product register. So you can see that each point of our product register represents a certain point on our conveyor. So right now we can just check, for example, element with index 5, whether a product with certain product number is present in this point to execute the sorting command, for example, for the first sorting unit. Okay? With this product tracking, we can sort the products online with the entry conveyor and exit conveyor working on all the time. We do not have to stop the entry conveyor, sort one product on the exit conveyor, and then move another product to the exit conveyor. We can just make it work online all the time. So the next functionality that we have to implement is the trigger for the vision sensor. As you can see, there are a few the same product numbers in the subsequent elements of our array. So we have to sense the time when the product is under the vision sensor and assign only one value for one product to the product register array. So let's go to DB line and let's declare a static variable. This will be double integer vision sensor last value, type double integer, and here we have to, after the end of our code, we have to assign to this variable DB line last value vision sensor. And right here we can check whether we have a trigger on the vision sensor. So the vision sensor value should be different than 0. And the vision sensor value is different from the previous value that we stored here. Okay, and let's add else here. So if no product is detected or we have the same product all the time, just write to the product register 0, okay? Let's implement also a resetting function. We have a reset button in our control panel. So if we have to reset our array of product register, we have to implement for loop from 0. We can use the same counter. We'll start from 0 to the end of this register to 100 and just write a product register counter, just write here a value of 0. Okay, and let's delete this comment. Let's check if this code works fine. Okay, let's start the simulation. Line start in high state, perfect. product under the vision sensor, and we have 8, 3, 9, 9, and 1. So as you can see, it works fine. We have, for each product, we have only one number in our array, and it is moved according to our interval 200 milliseconds. Okay, perfect. We have implemented product tracking in our system. Let's move to the next lesson. We'll implement 3 instances of sorter units, and we'll synchronize them with our product tracking functionality.